Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, where we dive deep into the glittering world of numismatic treasures. Today, we're stepping into the realm of the United States $1 coins, a pair so rare and captivating that they have taken the coin collecting world by storm. So, before we begin, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow enthusiasts, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you look at that old coin in your drawer forever. Now, in the grand history of American currency, the $1 coin has stood as a symbol of strength, progress, and pride. But the ones we're talking about today aren't just ordinary coins. They are rare silver-sided beauties, aged with a patina only time can paint, some bearing the marks of circulation, others preserved in immaculate condition. These aren't merely coins, they're time travelers from a bygone era, carrying the whispers of countless hands and countless stories. Imagine holding one of these in your palm, the weight of real silver, the intricate details of liberty's proud face, the majestic eagle in full spread on the reverse. Each scratch, each dull shimmer of tarnish, is a chapter in its life. In the coin collecting market, these are not just collectibles, they are heavyweight champions, commanding eye-watering prices from collectors hungry to own a slice of history. Let's start. Number one is. In the world of coin collecting, there are ordinary coins, there are rare coins, and then there are those extraordinary pieces that almost seem to hold a pulse of history in their very metal. The 1971 $1 coin, particularly certain ultra-rare variations, belongs firmly in that third category. To the casual observer, it might look like nothing more than an old piece of pocket change, worn silver-colored metal, a design many have seen countless times. But to a knowledgeable collector, it is a sleeping giant, a treasure hiding in plain sight with the power to transform its owner's fortune overnight. The year 1971 was a turning point in U.S. currency history. This was the year America introduced the Eisenhower dollar, honoring the late President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who had also served as Supreme Commander during World War II. But this coin was far more than just a tribute, it was a statement of national pride. The design featured Eisenhower's strong, determined profile on one side, while the reverse carried a bold image of the Apollo 11 moon landing insignia, celebrating humanity's greatest leap into the stars. A coin that united past leadership and future exploration was bound to capture the imagination of the public. But here is where the magic, and the money, truly begins. Not every 1971 $1 coin was created equal. While millions were struck for everyday use, only a tiny fraction were minted under unique conditions that make them unimaginably valuable today. Some were struck in special silver-clad compositions intended for collectors, while others were created with extraordinary sharpness and detail in what are called proof conditions. And then, there are the elusive minting errors, double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins made with the wrong metal planchet. These mistakes, which escaped the watchful eyes of the mint, have now become jackpot-level fines for the lucky few. The Eisenhower dollar was also the last of the large-sized U.S. dollar coins produced for general circulation. At 38.1 millimeters in diameter, it has a commanding presence in the hand, a weight that feels substantial, almost regal. Modern dollar coins are smaller, lighter, and more practical for commerce, but none carry the same imposing feel as the 1971 issue. This physical grandeur adds to its collectible allure, especially when paired with a flawless or unusual example. Now, imagine for a moment you are holding one of the rarest surviving $1,971 coins in your hand. Perhaps it's a specimen with a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details, preserved for decades in a collector's case. Perhaps it's one of the mysterious off-metal errors struck on a silver planchet meant for another denomination entirely. These coins do not just command hundreds or thousands, they can reach into the hundreds of thousands or even millions for the right buyer. That is why coin experts say such a find has the power to change your fortune overnight. Collectors are driven by more than just rarity, they crave a story. And the 1971 $1 coin has plenty of it. It represents the first step in a new era of dollar coinage, the commemoration of an American hero, and the celebration of a technological triumph that united the world. Every scratch, every shine, every imperfection or perfection on its surface tells a piece of that narrative. The rarer the story attached to a specific coin, be it an unusual minting process, a mishap that produced a one-of-a-kind piece, or a flawless survivor of its time, the higher its value soars. The market for such coins is fiercely competitive. Wealthy collectors, seasoned dealers, and even museums vie for the most remarkable examples, often outbidding each other in high-stakes auctions. A coin you might casually dismiss as just an old dollar could set off a bidding war that climbs into figures that would make most people's heads spin. This is why experts constantly remind the public, never underestimate a coin until it has been properly evaluated. Even condition alone can multiply a coin's value beyond belief. While a well-worn 1971 Eisenhower dollar might be worth only its face value, a coin in pristine, mint-state condition can be worth exponentially more. A flawless specimen with its original luster intact is not just a coin, it's a time capsule, a frozen piece of 1971 preserved as if it had never touched human hands. That kind of perfection drives collectors wild. It's also important to understand that rarity and value can change over time. As more coins are lost, damaged, or simply forgotten in drawers and jars, the surviving population of high-grade examples shrinks. This scarcity, combined with rising demand from a growing base of collectors, steadily pushes prices upward. What may be considered valuable today could be considered priceless in the decades to come. The $1,971 also benefits from a unique cultural nostalgia. For those who grew up in the 1970s, these coins bring back memories of a different America, one where large, heavy dollars still changed hands, and space exploration was the height of human ambition. That emotional connection can be just as valuable as rarity in driving up demand. For some, discovering a rare $1,971 coin is almost like striking gold. Stories abound of people who found one tucked in a jar of change, hidden in an old desk drawer, or included in an inherited coin collection without anyone realizing its true worth. These lucky finds have turned ordinary people into overnight millionaires, thanks to nothing more than a sharp eye and a bit of knowledge. And knowledge, in the world of rare coins, is power. The ability to recognize a key detail, a special mint mark, an unusual metal tone, a striking flaw, can make the difference between spending a dollar and holding on to a fortune. This is why collectors study tirelessly, learning to see not just a coin, but the secrets it might be hiding. Every coin tells a journey. For the rare 1971 $1, that journey began in the presses of the U.S. Mint, but its ultimate destination may be an auction room where hands shoot up, prices soar, and history is sold to the highest bidder. For some, that journey might end in a museum display case, where the coin is admired not just for its value, but for its role in telling America's story. Owning such a coin is not just about money, it's about holding a tangible piece of history that connects you to the events, people, and achievements of the past. It's about knowing that you have something so rare and special that only a handful of people in the world will ever experience it. So if you ever come across a 1971 $1 coin, take a moment to look closer. Examine every detail, every shine, every imperfection. It may be that you are not holding a mere piece of currency, but a golden ticket, one that could open the door to unimaginable wealth and secure your place among the elite ranks of legendary coin discoveries. Because sometimes, the most life-changing treasures are hiding right in plain sight. And the 1971 $1 coin proves that what might seem ordinary at first glance can, in reality, hold the power to change a fortune overnight. The 1776 to 1976 $1 coin, also known as the bicentennial Eisenhower dollar, is one of those pieces of American coinage that seems ordinary to the untrained eye but can hide extraordinary secrets in its details, minting variations, and condition. To the casual observer, it's just a large silver-colored coin commemorating the 200th anniversary of the United States, but in the hands of an informed collector, certain examples of this coin can be worth unimaginable sums, enough to change a life in a single sale. Imagine holding in your palm a coin that bridges 2 centuries of history, a coin that not only honors the founding of a nation but could also hold the key to your financial freedom. When the U.S. Mint released this coin in 1976, it wasn't just producing another dollar, it was marking a national milestone. The reverse featured the iconic Liberty Bell superimposed on the moon, a powerful image blending America's revolutionary origins with its modern achievements in space exploration. Millions of these coins were minted, but the true magic lies in the rare variations and pristine conditions that have survived against all odds. The vast majority were circulated and worn down in everyday commerce, losing the razor-sharp details that drive collectors wild. But a small fraction, sometimes with minting errors, unique compositions, or perfect preservation, are worth more than gold. Condition is everything in the coin world. A circulated bicentennial dollar might only fetch a modest price, but an uncirculated example, gleaming as if it just left the mint's presses, can command sums that seem almost unreal. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services, flawless under magnification, Enter a realm where deep-pocketed collectors engage in fierce bidding wars. It's not unheard of for such coins to sell in the tens of thousands, and with rare errors or silver compositions, those figures can skyrocket into hundreds of thousands or even millions. What makes some of these coins ultra-rare is not just their physical condition but also the circumstances of their minting. A small number were struck in 40% silver as special collector's editions, sold in sets and never intended for general circulation. Over the decades, many of these sets were broken apart, and countless coins were mishandled, tarnished, or lost. Finding one in pristine, untouched condition is like finding a time capsule sealed since America's bicentennial celebrations. Then there are the mysterious and often accidental minting errors, double strikes, off-center designs, missing elements, or wrong planchets that transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic superstar. These mistakes are like fingerprints, no two exactly alike, and their rarity makes them irresistibly desirable. A bicentennial dollar with a dramatic, visible error can leap from pocket change value to life-changing wealth overnight. Picture the scene. You're rummaging through a box of old coins inherited from a grandparent, and there it is, a heavy, silver-toned dollar with the dual date 1776 to 1976. You look closer, noticing the fine details on the Liberty Bell, the crispness of the moon, the flawless fields reflecting light like a mirror. Perhaps you even spot a peculiarity, a misaligned strike, an unusual luster, a silver edge where you expected copper. In that moment, you could be holding the coin that propels you from curiosity to collector to millionaire. What's more fascinating is how coins like this draw a kind of magnetic pull in the numismatic world. Collectors don't just buy them, they chase them, study them, and dream about them. Auction houses know that when a high-grade or error bicentennial dollar hits the block, phones will ring off the hook, online bids will erupt, and prices will soar far beyond initial estimates. It's not just a transaction, it's an event. The market for these coins is also incredibly volatile in the best way possible for sellers. Prices can jump dramatically when a single record-breaking sale sets a new standard. A collector in 2025 might be willing to pay double what the highest bidder offered just a few years earlier, simply because the coin in question is so hard to find in comparable condition. This creates an atmosphere where the right coin in the right hands at the right time can change everything overnight. It's also important to realize that the bicentennial dollar isn't just valued in America. International collectors, particularly those fascinated by U.S. history and commemoratives, are eager to own a piece of the American Revolution's 200-year anniversary. In elite circles of collectors in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, a flawless example of this coin, especially in silver, becomes a status symbol as much as an investment. Owning one of these ultra-rare coins is like having a ticket to an exclusive financial opportunity. Unlike stocks or property, its value is portable, easily stored, and instantly recognizable among experts. In a discrete transaction, it could turn into a vast sum of money without the bureaucracy or delays of other assets. Imagine the power this coin could hold for you. One moment it's a shining disc in your hand, the next it's the down payment for your dream home, the seed capital for your business, or the security for your retirement. That's the reality for those lucky enough to discover they own an exceptional example of the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial dollar. Collectors often speak of these coins with almost reverent tones, as though they're sacred relics. The blend of artistry, history, and rarity gives them a mystique few other collectibles can match. And because the bicentennial celebration was a once-in-a-lifetime event, these coins will never be made again, ensuring their place as enduring symbols of a pivotal moment in America's story. For those who possess one, the most important advice is this: do not rush to sell. An ultra-rare bicentennial dollar should be appraised by multiple experts, graded professionally, and marketed to the right audience. Selling it casually or for quick cash could mean losing out on hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. The story of this coin is not just about value, it's about legacy. Some owners choose to pass it down to future generations, ensuring that its historical and monetary worth continues to grow. Others decide to cash in and transform the coin's potential into tangible, life-changing results. Either path carries with it a sense of destiny. The beauty of this coin is that it embodies both the birth of a nation and the boundless possibilities of the American dream. It's a bridge between 1776 and today, linking the struggles of the past with the aspirations of the present. Holding it, you feel connected to something larger than yourself, a shared heritage and an enduring pursuit of liberty and prosperity. If you ever come across one of these treasures, treat it with the respect it deserves. Store it carefully, avoid touching its surfaces, and protect it from tarnish or damage. The smallest scratch or smudge can mean the difference between a life-altering windfall and a missed opportunity. The bicentennial dollar reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary wealth comes in the most unassuming forms. In a world where fortunes can rise and fall overnight, this coin stands as a shining example of how history, rarity, and condition can combine to create something of immeasurable worth.